I don't care if you've been battling Carol for gay tigers all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that dank shit on my left. Shit.
Thunder's audio went out. Is that? I think he muted his mic. You got to unmute.
In the world, old ninja. Then we'll keep it moving.
For those who don't want to self-quarantine are the same ones that will hide a zombie bite.
Ooh. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on threes and fours, Chronos.
Yeah, I tell you what, Instacart is a goddamn lifesaver. For real.
Mm-hmm. We got in the middle, Blue.
Hey man, it's Destroy Dick December, the quarantine edition.
Oh no!
And Stitch, are you unmuted? Can you get in here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm 40 miles away, but I feel you, Joe Exotic. I'm here for you.
Wow. All right, we're gonna get into that a little bit.
Wow, so scary. All right.
Okay, so who we got? We got anybody in the chat? We got some listeners. You know how we do it.
I can't tell who's in the chat because YouTube is tripping, and their new thing about the YouTube Studio has us at no subscribers and nothing. So I don't know if they like split our stuff into two or what, but we'll figure that out later. I can tell you the listener of the week will be Katie K. Thank you very much for listening. I'm trying to get into the channel still, so I'll let you know who's in the chat room in a minute.
Shit. Old Ninja, you usually pour out some type of malt beverage.
No.
What's happening?
No, I just clicked on some wrong buttons.
Old Ninja, you usually have some type of malt beverage you pouring out for celebrities.
Oh yeah, we're gonna pour out some Mickeys.
Pour it out.
Actually, no. Yeah, I'm pouring. Oh, there you go. Pouring out some Mickeys. We're gonna start with Stuart Gordon, director of famous cult horror films such as Reanimator, From Beyond, and The Dolls. He was 71, passed away, and then
from that Rona? From that Rona, Ninja?
No, he didn't die from the Rona. He was 71, died of natural causes. Another one that a lot of people freaked out because they thought that he passed away because of the Rona, but he died of natural causes in his home in Georgia. Is Kenny Rogers. Everyone know Kenny Rogers, famous country music star, actually legend, most famous for The Gambler, which was a hit song, but also spawned a TV show. He also had songs that cut out. Am I still there?
You're in there.
Yeah,
we got you now.
So he still had he had hits. Like I said, The Gambler. He had Lady, Islands in the Stream, Lucille, She Believes in Me, and Through the Years. He had a 6-decade career, as well as he was a famous collaborator with Dolly Parton. He had friends in almost every genre, even hip hop, if you can say so. He was 81, died of natural causes. He did not die of the Rona. R.I.P. to the legendary Kenny Rogers.
He knew when to fold him.
Know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, there's an echo. It's with somebody has like a speaker on or something. Oh, I know who it is. He put himself in timeout.
Oh, okay. There you go.
All right.
Is it gone?
We still got it? Yep.
Yeah, we still got it, man.
Yeah, we still got it.
Test. Yeah, it's still going, man.
Are we doing this live?
Yeah, you're looping back. I think you have like your speakers on or something like that.
Which one is this? Blue?
Yes, 100% blue. We'll keep it going now.
Damn.
He'll figure it out.
All right. Criminals, why don't you set us up? I mean, this was we talking real stuff first.
Well, I mean, the real stuff is still, the Rona, COVID-19, the coronavirus is still still hitting the world and the U.S. pretty hard, and California in particular, and New York actually in particular. New York is probably the hardest hit.
Dude, New York, it's fucked.
Yeah, there we go. No more echo. Thanks, Blue. Yeah, New York is in a pretty bad shape right now. They're having like more than half of all of the infections and deaths are coming out of New York, which is pretty crazy. But I mean, it's a densely populated area, just like parts of China where this came from. And so I hopefully people will understand that it's not just the ethnicity that you are that gives you the virus. It's like a lot of it has to do with like how densely packed in you are, and it's a virus. Like it doesn't discriminate on what your skin tone is or anything like that. It's kind of silly, but yeah, I mean they're hitting the same issues. They have like 22 million people packed in like a really small space. I think it's more than that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
it might be more.
Yeah, but I mean it's same thing. Those are just breeding grounds for any kind of disease. If you live, on top of somebody else, and it's hard to get away from people, and it's hard to get especially with the way that this virus hit, where people don't have symptoms for 14 days, sometimes up to like 20 something days, no symptoms, and all of a sudden you realize that you got the Rona, but it's too late. You've already infected other people, and you yourself are can be in bad shape. So I mean, I hope people out there that are listening to this are doing what they can to stay the fuck at home and not going out. Unless you need groceries, and even still, it's like just be safe. I'm thankful for like Instacart and Amazon, and even then, like now, I'm actually sanitizing shit when it gets to my house. Seriously,
Good.
like when I get stuff in my house now, I have like a procedure where there was a doctor who actually, I'll probably send out the video, but like how to like properly sanitize getting stuff into your house. Basically, have a clean side and a dirty side, and like just basically taking everything out or wiping it down with some kind of disinfectant right when you get it, and the stuff that you can't take out of a box, put it immediately in a different container and just throw away all the other shit, just to be safe, because you don't know.
It's the same type of hygiene that the porn industry has used for a long time. Just wipe it all down. You better do it. It's also a trip to see like Times Square, like looking like I Am Legend, basically.
Yeah. Same thing with San Francisco. They're super empty.
Yeah. Man. Stitch, I know that you have close ties to Louisiana. I've seen some stuff in terms of they're not as high as New York or California quite yet, but it's growing rapidly. How are your people out there doing?
They're like the third highest rate for infection from what I read. Obviously, they don't have as many people as New York or California, but the percentage-wise, they're just behind, I believe, New York and then Washington for percentage of people that are being infected by it and everything. And a lot of people are kind of saying that Mardi Gras might have had a little bit to do with it, even though it didn't really hit the mainstream news around Mardi Gras time, just before. Obviously, people probably had it and were just passing it around easily during that time when everybody's outside in a tight, confined spot, not washing their hands, throwing beads at each other and shit like that. So it's pretty bad in that area, and their governor is starting to get on page with doing a lot of the stuff that they need to do down there that New York and California has been doing as well.
It's getting real.
Can we talk about?
It's even crazy because like I was watching news today, and like this is because right now we're podcasting from our house, like everybody's in individual homes, and on the news reporters were actually broadcasting from their fucking house, which I'm like, how the hell are they? I mean, I'm pretty sure you know how to do it. They're just fucking Skyping basically, but the local news are actually quarantining themselves at home, but still providing the news, which I thought was insane.
But I mean, I think it's good though that they're doing that. I mean, unlike like when you see the the coronavirus task force come out and it's like all these people in the same room, and it's like they're sitting up there on national television saying practice social distancing. Meanwhile, they're within arm's distance of each other with a bunch of other people in the room.
Yeah,
it's like, dude. I mean, honestly, just use like Zoom or Skype or something like that and get the message out there. There's no need for all of them to be in the same room at the same time. Like they're not practicing what they preach, and that's one of the. I think it's one of the major reasons why you see people out there still going out and doing like whatever they want. It's because like, well, if the president's not going to do it, then why the fuck am I going to do it?
Exactly.
Can we talk about these people trying to do spring break? And not trying to self-quarantine, and all of a sudden they're just doing craziness, and now all of a sudden coronavirus hits their spot. Like, I'm talking to you people in Florida, out there on the beach, acting like Rona's not going to hit you because it's warm. The kids in Kentucky trying to throw a party thinking that you guys are invincible, and all of a sudden one of you gets it. Some of you may be carriers now. The kids in California on spring break going to the beach, even though our whole state is pretty much on lock, but y'all want to go to the beach and touch each other, spread that Rona.
Well, I mean,
I guess y'all don't think it's serious enough.
Yeah, let me jump in here for a second so people can kind of understand like the gravity of the situation. Like, if you look at the numbers, yeah, if you're young, you'll probably be okay. But also, there's people that are younger right now that are dying. Like, it's not zero. And if for people that are out there that think that that's okay, I guess, but you can still give it to somebody that is probably going to die. Like, if you're around somebody that's elderly, their mortality rate is fucking really high. And, like, you're taking somebody's grandparents away, you're taking somebody's parent away, you're taking, like, a life away for some really stupid shit when you could just be sitting at home, you know what I mean, and not have to go through all that. And, like, for me, it's like hits me particularly hard because, you know, my youngest daughter and her grandmother, like, they're super close. Like, seriously, like, a couple days ago, when this all first started, like, my daughter was crying for like 30 minutes fucking straight, literally 30 minutes straight, because she couldn't see her Nona. And it's just like, we can't really break down why she can't see her. It's like, you know, because she at the time she was sick, and it's like we can't take a chance of you getting sick. But it's like that kind of relationship you could steal from somebody for, you know, a weekend of having some fun, you know. And to me, it's not worth it. You know, it's really not. I think that people today really need to pay attention to what's really on the line. It's lives on the line and families on the line. It's not just about you. Just like fucking suck it up for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. That's a very small amount of time throughout your entire life, and they're just telling you to stay at home. That's not very hard to do.
No, play some video games. Pornhub is free, or a premium is free now.
Yeah,
for a month.
Yeah, but it's hard to explain to the kids how, like, what's going on, because I hear, like, on Facebook, people are talking about how the kids are like, hey, like, how come I can't go to school? Like, how come I can't go hang out with my friends? And this and that. And it's like, it's a different world out there right now. And you got to protect the children.
Yeah, well, I mean, from like
Children?
my youngest side, she doesn't really understand it at all. My oldest, she gets it, but it's just like her senior year is fucked. You know, like, she's a senior in high school right now, and it's pretty much gone. Like, I'm
Can't graduate.
Well, you say not going to graduate properly, yeah. I mean, she's going to get the, you know, bullshit graduation, which is like, damn, that's fucked up. And it's another thing that these people aren't really thinking about. Even like her generation, they're calling it, you know, the boomer remover, but it's like those boomers are your fucking grandparents. You know what I mean? It's like, is that funny now? Like, those are literally your fucking grandparents that you could possibly be killing, and you're just making a joke about it. I mean, to me, that's not very funny. So.
Nope. Over as of the time of recording, the last I checked, it was over 1,000 U.S. deaths.
Yeah,
and I think over 19 or 20,000 worldwide. So it's not a fucking game. You know, it's affecting all aspects of life, really, around the fucking planet. And I'm glad. You know, this. I'm really proud of this cast. I really am, because, you know, we've shifted gears. Obviously, we like to have a lot of fun on here, but we've tried to give some important information to our listeners about it, and it's a chance to collaborate and discuss things in at a high level that directly impact people.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll start getting into the fun stuff.
Yeah, we will. But there's one more thing I wanted to, like, people to keep in mind, because I'm seeing, like, all these questions going around, like, why aren't they actually touting the people that have recovered? Let me tell you about the people that have recovered in the U.S. All right, these are the actual numbers as of, like, right now. This is what, March 25th, 2020. There are 68,367 cases of the coronavirus right now. 1,029 deaths. There's only 394 people have recovered from this so far.
Wow.
More people have died than have recovered so far. So that's just in the U.S. So people out there, where are the recovery numbers? That's why you don't fucking see it, because it's goddamn depressing. Like, people are still sick. A lot of them are in critical condition. Some of them are going to die. And people to be like, where are the recovery numbers at? You don't want to look them up, all right? Like, it's bad. It's not even like, it's not even percent.
No.
And then one quick last thing. What I've been seeing is there's been a couple of spouts of people in there anywhere between early teens to like 39 to 40. Some of them have contracted COVID-19, and some of them have had almost a near-death experience. Like they didn't die, but some came close, and there's been a handful that have died. There's been like a 19-year-old, a 21-year-old. You know, don't sit there and think that you are immune because you're young. I mean, you could have something you didn't know about, and all of a sudden you catch Rona, and all of a sudden you get really sick, and then you pass. So just do yourself a favor and just stay in. Avoid the headache. Avoid taking someone's life. Just stay in until this is over.
And don't call it the Chinese virus. It's like don't sound fucking ignorant. Like,
or the Kung Flu.
Yeah, I mean, you have some intelligence and everything. Don't sound stupid in front of your friends.
Well, you know what's great though? One thing that happened. So I've been watching these coronavirus, task force fucking conferences, and finally our president has stopped saying the Chinese virus. He's just saying the virus now. He's not calling it COVID-19 or coronavirus. He's calling it the virus. I mean, that's good that he finally fucking stopped saying it.
We'll take it.
Yeah, because people were getting their asses kicked in the streets, and it's still, the damage has been done, and it's going to keep on going. He doesn't really care about that, but it's just like, at least he stopped saying it, I guess.
Yeah, he tripled down last week, but yeah. All right, let's. I know we're going to come back to some of that, but let's get into some of these hot topics, man. Because here we go.
Wait, can we talk about something that happened? Something that happened that affects you, Prodigy.
What?
Wonder Woman 1984 got pushed back until August.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it. I was gonna mention
sure
it.
you were. I mean, you're not as affected by it as when Black Widow got pushed back, but Wonder Woman 1984, what you were standing for, is now pushed back until the end, and may even get pushed back even further.
Yeah, let me be clear. I'm glad you brought this up.
Boy.
It's extremely disappointing. Look, I'm excited about fucking the Wonder Woman sequel. I thought most of us are, but whatever. Y'all some fucking haters.
I'm excited too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's pushed back right now, and things could certainly change as soon as tomorrow. But right now, it's just pushed back a few weeks, kind of like what they did for Final Fantasy VII for different reasons, obviously. But it's pushed back several weeks from July to an August, which still sucks.
June to August.
I'm sorry, June to August. My bad. So a couple months. But it sucks, but it's still right now scheduled for a summer release, which I'm ready for.
Honestly, I doubt it's going to come out even in the summer. I think it's going to get released on video. It's already been pushed back. Like people kind of might have forgotten this, but it's been pushed back for like a number of years. So the movie's been made like 2 years ago, but they had to push it back because there was no window. So.
Yeah, no, you're right. It could have dropped. I want to say as recent as soon as like 2019, maybe even end of 2018. So yeah, it has been pushed around.
I mean, which
pushed back and whatnot. I think that if not for this virus, though, I think it would have certainly kept its June date. But it is what it is.
And I think it's kind of cool that some of the theaters are not theaters, but the networks are releasing the movies available for home viewing. But I think when you purchase it, it's actually you're buying the actual movie. You're not just renting it.
Yeah, you're not renting it.
That's true. Like I bought Onward, and it was really good. So definitely check it out. It's a good movie. And I bought it the other day, and it was like.
Wait, what movie? What movie?
Onward.
Oh, Onward. Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool. The other big one we haven't even mentioned it at all. This one kind of threw me for a loop. I mean, and we all predicted it, so don't get me wrong. But the 2020 Tokyo Olympics are pushed all the way a full year to 2021, which, in our lifetime, that has not been the case. Like this is almost unprecedented for during wartime.
Yeah, it really is. I was going to bring that up. Even in wartime, we had the Olympics. There were people countries that were like, "Fuck that," but there were still Olympics. So this is how big of a deal this is, and even through like even through other pandemics, they just kept going.
So you know that the Olympics has been canceled less than like a handful of times. Like you can literally count on one hand how many times
it's like
Olympics
3.
Been canceled. Maybe 4, and that's in the course of like what 1,000 years.
Isn't
Oh,
it?
wait, hold on. But there's a slight difference, though. Of course, there's like the traditional ancient Greece Olympic Games, and then we're talking about the modern equivalent, which are really kind of two different things, man. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, he's breaking up.
Last day, but in modern times, it really hasn't canceled. Oh, my bad.
No, you're good now. You're good now.
But yeah, so modern time in most recent history, it's been not even canceled less than 5 times.
Yeah, you know what's insane to me is
that
the Olympics in general. Like I used to be a big I still love the Olympics because I was a sprinter when I was in high school. I paid attention like a lot when I was younger, and I still do. But what's insane to me is that we have this tradition that comes from like way back in the day. That's not even American. It's not even like it became a world culture, but it came from like a little country, Greece, right? And it's just like it's crazy that that small country has something that every 4 years, every single country, pretty much every single country in the world participates in, or at least aspires to participate in. And I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it actually in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they had some really great missions about this and whatnot. But like, if I'm not mistaken, all of the little Greek islands kind of had their own representatives for all of these different sports and whatnot. And you still have some of the traditional sports from even ancient Greece being played. So it's fucking awesome. It's disappointing. And the other thing that was really sad is Tokyo. I mean, you can't get more fun of a city, you know what I mean, to have the games in for 2020. But, 2021, what is
wasn't Goku supposed to be like the ambassador for the Olympics?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that's like true.
It's gonna be a big deal.
Well, I mean,
look that up. That's crazy.
Japan can't fuck around either because I mean, Japan's aging workforce is no joke. Like they have a lot of elderly people in Japan as well.
Yep.
And if they got hit hard there, holy shit! Like it'd be terrible.
It'd be all over.
I was talking to my friend in Japan, and she was saying how like it's pretty quiet. Like they're doing the whole quarantine in place too, and it's like real freaking quiet there as well. So it's like the whole world is pretty much quarantine in place, except for some of the states here in California or here in America. They need to get the shit together.
Well, that's one of the things I want to bring up actually as well is that we had President Trump that was talking about, he wants to get
opening shit up.
Stitch, can you mute your mic?
I think he just did.
Okay, cool, thanks. But yeah, President Trump was up there, the past couple of days talking about how we're gonna come out of the lockdown in Easter because it sounds like a beautiful date, and so people can go into church and we're gonna pack the churches and blah blah blah. I'm like, why the fuck would you even say that? Like, just because it's Easter, like don't do it because it's Easter. Do it because it's fucking safe to do. And I think that's what he's missing. He's like totally fucking tone deaf on what this means. Like he just wants to open up, to get the economy working again, but let's not kill people for the fucking economy.
Not only that, he's a 70-plus-year-old man as well.
Yeah,
his whole peer group is like the most susceptible and not a very healthy 70-plus-year-old man.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm with you.
He doesn't seem to really understand that you can't just open it up on a certain date and then be like it's okay. And he was saying, well, there's certain states here that have like no coronavirus, so why don't we open those up first? Motherfucker, you don't know because you haven't tested them. So this is what I can't stand about these people with these simpletons about this virus is that they're like, oh, well, certain places don't have it, or oh, if the numbers go up, in the next couple of days, it's only because they're testing more. That's the stupidest fucking argument I've heard in my entire goddamn life. It's like saying you didn't have cancer until a doctor told you have cancer. Like, you had cancer, someone just verified it for you. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like seriously, I don't understand the whole, like, how many, like, mental backflips you have to do to get to that point, but it's stupid. If places don't have the virus, are they testing them? That's what the first question you need to ask. Have people been tested there? If they have, what portion of the population? That's what you need to know. Like, if it's a good portion of the population and they're all clean, sure, maybe you can talk about it, but it's probably best to stay safe and just fucking have them all locked down for a couple of weeks and test them while they're locked down. Get some at-home testing kits. Because
you could test negative one day and literally 2 days later test positive because you've gone out and done something. You know what I mean? Or contracted it some kind of way. But hold on. Let
Oh, you dropped out.
Let's. I know we're going to come back to this. But,
Go ahead.
Who dropped out?
No, you did. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Stitch, is your mic unmuted?
Yeah, I can hear everything you guys are saying. I'm just keeping the background noise down here.
Okay.
I thought Stitch was a good baby.
I'm gonna set this up. Stitch actually found a fucking crack gem.
Oh yeah. Holy shit.
Netflix and everybody's been talking about this. Everybody's at home with this quarantine in place because of the Rona. Netflix is obviously having a field day. People are looking for interesting ways to entertain themselves. They have this documentary series called Tiger fucking King. And Stitch mentioned it last week, but holy shit, I was not fucking prepared. This shit, Joe Exotic is a gay, gun-toting, redneck, mullet-having, multiple married, like he married to 2 different dudes, zookeeper in Oklahoma City that is as petty as they fucking come.
Hey, and a country singer. You gotta remember country singer.
He had a better country diss track than Tupac did when he did Hit 'Em Up.
Oh, that's good.
Holy fucking shit. And you know what? He has me believing this fucking conspiracy theories. Carol, what's her face, killed her fucking husband.
And fed it to the tigers.
Stitch, I know you finished it. I was on episode 6. Tell me, how did you find this gem? And
it's number 1. It's turning number 1 on Netflix right now.
Yeah, I saw it advertised on Netflix, saying like, "Oh, Tiger King dropped and everything," and I was like, "Okay, that looks like it's pretty interesting." And then you see the trailer for it saying about how it's got murder for hire plot, gay redneck cowboy, and then you got wild tigers. I mean, you're checking all the boxes. So.
Why does it seem like every single of multiple exotic pets has like a stable of either women or dudes, whatever they're into? They do not have like one spouse. They have a harem.
They sort of touched on it though, because they're explaining about you get this sense of power when you're holding like this. I mean, a tiger is a killing machine. If you're going to be honest about it, I mean, the tiger is an apex predator. It's there to just murder prey and shit like that. Nothing fucks with it. And then you're just, I'm holding a baby one of these things, and it's so cute. But it's going to grow up and it can just murder like crazy. And then you feel powerful and just so badass, like you're a king sitting next to like a live one that's not fucking you up. And it's just like, you get a little bit of that power. It's like an infinity stone, and you're just like, I need more of these. I need more animals and more crazy animals. And
bring me more.
Fucking, I don't even know how. Did it explain how Exotic Joe got his money off the jump or whatever? But
no, they don't.
Well, yeah, no, they kind of. So I'm going through the first episode like right now, and the way, from what I understand so far, with me watching the show, like maybe 3/4 of the way through the first episode. The way that he's getting his money is basically through continually breeding his tigers, right, and making tiger kittens. So what he does is, like he said, a single kitten will give him like $100,000 easily, because people come there and pay him like an exorbitant amount of money to just like take pictures of the kittens, and then after that, when they grow up after
6 months old,
after like 16 months old, that's when he has to like separate them and then usually sell them to the other dumbasses, you know, and for like for a shitload of money, you know. So his revenue streams are strong.
A tiger.
What's up?
I said he even had Shaq on there buying a tiger.
Yeah, it's like definitely. I mean, don't buy a fucking wild animal like that. I mean, tigers are. Listen, this is coming from a guy who pet a cheetah, because I was in Africa and I was in a cheetah refuge, and they were only keeping the cheetahs that were injured, and they're going to release them back into the wild. But I mean, most of these, I don't know if they got into it in the show, but most of these tigers that are usually like adult tigers, they usually drug them to be around people. So they used to do it in other countries. I don't know if they're doing it here, but in other countries, they drug the animals to keep them around people.
But even on the show, they talked about how like there was a little boy who got bit by one of the tiger cubs, and like it was captured on video. And what's the chick who killed her husband's name? She like posted
Carol.
that shit on her. Yeah, Carol.
No.
She posted that shit on her YouTube channel like the next day.
Wow.
So here's the thing.
most. Oh, good.
The thing that gets me about this show is it's the live. Joe Exotic is obviously crazy as fuck, but he's not the only one. Like every single,
He's the most normal.
he's pretty fucking normal. The most normal one is the drug kingpin Tony Montana, who we'll get to later. He only has one wife.
The most normal one for me is the girl with one arm because her hand got bit off by the fucking tiger, and then she showed back up to work 3 days later or whatever.
Bruh,
and she was like, "It was my fault."
I didn't even know about that story, but once I saw her, I was like, I 100% believe that her arm got chewed off by a fucking tiger. I didn't even know the story, but I was like, 100%, she got fucking eaten up.
Yeah. I was watching it and I paused it because I was like, is she missing a hand? And they hadn't even got to that part yet. And then I was like, I don't know. The one dude's missing his legs, and I was like, okay, I don't know if it's like one thing with like maybe like
that's
they're like
too.
vets or something like that. But yeah, her arm missing is because Tiger took it off.
Well, the guy who's missing his legs is because he went zip line and fell. Fucking, that's a fucking fucked up way to lose your legs.
Damn.
Yes. When they showed like the keepers fucking lifestyle, and they're living in trailers, they're getting like $100 a week, working 12-hour days and shit with dangerous fucking animals. And what do they have to fucking eat because they can't make ends meet?
Expired meat.
Over expired meat out of like the trash.
Yeah. And then they're selling pizza at Joe's fucking Tiger Zoo with the fucking expired meat on it.
Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit.
Here was the thing that got me. When they showed the gift shop and they had the anal lube, the t-shirt,
and the underwear,
sauce. Holy shit! You can't sell barbecue sauce and anal lube on the same shelf. No. And of course, Joe does it.
Plus, he had his own underwear too. He had his own underwear line.
Yeah, and then I don't want to spoil the crazy thing that happens in episode 5, but you saw it with the husband thing.
Oh yeah.
That was fucking bananas. I was
shit, dude.
I was like, what are they setting up here? And I was like, oh god, no. And then it's all on fucking camera and shit. And I was like, what the fuck just happened here? I don't want to. For those of you that haven't watched it, you'll know it when it happens. But it's something crazy.
The thing that gets me is his level of pettiness kept ramping up. And when I say petty, he's getting sued for literally $1 million. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do a hit 'em up video. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna have a helicopter fly over her fucking zoo and steal her website's fucking logo looking thing.
What the fuck?
Everything he does is so fucking petty. And he has a personal fucking vendetta against this woman. And he has even me convinced maybe this woman killed her fucking husband. It's her husband.
She did.
Well, it's funny too.
She did that shit.
There was I think it was like episode 1 or 2 where I guess the police or somebody raided his house and they had to like fucking like knock down one of his walls with like a goddamn tank, and like him and his lover or partner or somebody were going to shoot each other, and the guy actually wrote their name on a fucking bullet that they were going to fucking shoot each other with. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this? Fucking crazy.
The other thing that's creepy too is they seem the other guy with the white hair, the doctor, what's his name?
Oh yeah, that guy's crazy as shit. He got the Indian name.
Yeah.
One with all the wives.
Yeah. So the thing that got me was, so these wives are like 19, fresh out of high school. It's creepy. They're barely legal wives, and the way Joe got down, they were barely legal runaway dudes, and he was just like, hey, I like you, skater boy. You gonna work for me, and you gonna marry me.
They're doing it like
what was the question though about how did he word it to find out if the guy was gay or not? He was like, oh, he said something about it. He's like, oh, so when you watch porn, do you prefer guys with little dicks or big dicks?
Yep.
And how'd the second part of the answer go?
He said, well, I like it when I'm watching porn and it's a guy with a big dick fucking a girl. And he was like, well, then you ain't that straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god! Wow.
And he pulled this 19-year-old dude into his already married relationship.
All
And
they got married at the same time. All three of them.
yeah, that's right. That's right. There was 3 person. He already had like a boyfriend. And then
Yeah,
it was
with
they
3
married.
teeth.
Yeah, oh my god! Every time that guy talk, I'm like, god damn, I can't.
And he's always shirtless.
Guns are black as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, he's always shirtless.
Yep.
One of his fucking tattoos that says like he has a tattoo on his stomach that says like Joe's property. It's like pointing down to his fucking dick. It's like, dude, really?
Yeah,
Like
Joe Exotic property.
I've never seen a gay redneck, and I'm like, every time I come on, I'm fucking laughing. This shit's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
That show is a fucking gem, man. I'm gonna finish it off probably right after this cast.
But it's so crazy
So-
because it's so fucking bad. Like I don't know why I watch it, but I just can't stop watching it.
It's like Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Like when I watch them, just
So-
like I can understand them more, but it's just like y'all some trashy motherfuckers.
Yeah. Go ahead, old ninja.
I got one question. What the fuck are y'all watching? Like, this is some fucking crazy shit y'all talking about. This sounds like some like whacked out like college student made up when he was like tripping on acid or some shit.
It feels
You won't be able to turn away once you start watching.
Yeah, man.
It's a train wreck.
I literally watched 4 episodes in a fucking day. That's how great it was, and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Holy
It sounds like it don't make sense. Oh
None.
my goodness.
None. Did y'all finish sticking with Netflix just a little bit? Did y'all finish Castlevania finally?
Ben had finished. I was waiting on you.
No, that's
Waiting on
gonna
all
take
y'all.
me a little bit of time to do. 'Cause
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
right,
like,
right now it's hard for me to
episode
watch
4.
like shows without K-Mac because I only have
I
so
got
much
you.
time now because we have no daycare.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But I'm trying. I'm on episode 2. I'm trying to catch up. It's just gonna take me a little bit of time.
No worries. I won't. I will not spoil it. I did finish it, but holy crap, I wasn't ready. There is some.
Tried to tell you.
There's some berserk level dankness that goes down, and I praise the White Hawk. Holy fucking shit.
I've been seeing the memes, boy. The memes are going off the chain with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the memes are going hard.
I think this is one of the best seasons that we've had for it all the way around, and I've loved season 1 and season 2. Sam Dietz, we got to get him back on this fucking show because this is a I feel like this is going to be a nominee, even though this year is already pretty young. What do you say, old ninja?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was actually reading an interview with one of the writers, and one of the writers I think is Sam Dietz's brother.
Oh wow.
So it's him and this other writer, and they talked about how when they finished season 2, that was the end of their story. They had no story for season 3,
Wow.
and so when Netflix came to them and said, "Hey, people like this, we want season 3," they kind of went into panic mode. So they had to come up with something to basically fill out a whole season.
Oh, Ninja,
On top of that,
I don't think that's true.
oh, I can pull up actually the. I'll
here we
find
go.
it.
From Sam Dietz?
Well, no, not Sam. No, not Sam. It was the writer.
Because Sam, when he was on the
his name-
podcast like years ago, he was pretty confident.
Yeah,
that,
no. Talking about one of the writers. His last name is like Wenti or whatever.
He wasn't a true believer then. Sam Dietz.
Here's the thing. Sam Dietz was a true believer. He played the game. The writer of the show, he had never played the games. He'd never even heard of Castlevania. So when he wrote with Sam, he like ingratiated himself, and he felt like his Dracula arc that he wrote was done with season 2. When season 3 came about, they went to a little bit of panic mode. I'll find the transcript in a minute. I'll try to send it in the chat. That way we can link it too. But it is like a little podcast where they talk to the 2 writers of the show. But season 3 came out. It starts out a little slow, but it comes at you quick and hard, and there's a lot of stuff that you won't be expecting. It has some really good writing and some really great new characters like Saint Germain. He was a new character, and I think he's great. One of the characters that came in late in season 2, he has a really huge story arc in season 3. It's a must watch.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna change my fucking answer from the last week's BThanBTI. Lenore
Oh, I told you.
All of it. All I have committed. And people who have watched it will realize what that submission is all about. Holy shit! God damn.
When you see Lenora, you don't see it coming. She blindsides you.
Oh man.
What are you doing here?
It's this Stitch. God damn it! He's gotta mute his mic. Holy shit! So we are now amateur hour. Stitch, what the fuck? Hey, when you get up, mute your fucking mic. Hold on, he's got to put his earbud in. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, when you get up again, mute your mic, man. Holy shit!
No, I did.
You don't want to be like that chick who was on a Zoom conference who went to the fucking bathroom.
Yeah, so I'm taking a piss.
Dude, that shit was fucking.
Yeah, I unmuted it and then I sat down and knocked the fucking glass over. I was like, "Fuck."
Well, it definitely wasn't muted because we heard all that shit.
I just unmuted it, then I knocked it over.
Oh, okay.
Kronos, what's this Half-Life news? Do you put this on there?
Oh, well, I didn't, but I mean, I should have. Sorry, I've been busy. But Life Alyx is a VR game. Mute your mic, please. God damn it! Holy shit! You're killing me, man. Anyway, Life Alyx. Hold on. Before I even start with this shit, I'm giving Stitch some shit, but we're not used to doing this whole like remote thing. When we do the podcast normally, the microphones are fucking stationary. All right, so when he's moving around, or anybody on the podcast moving around, like they're not hearing what you all hear. For me, it's easy because I have a fucking stationary microphone with all these fucking things on it, to where you can't hear if I press anything. But that's why you're hearing like background noise, because anytime Stitch moves or anybody else in the podcast moves, and they don't mute their mic, like you're gonna hear it, and that's not what we're used to. So we've been doing this for like 3 or 4 years now. I think it's like more than 4 years now.
Like 4 or 5.
Yeah, and we're used to like a certain flow. So forgive him and us for that shit. Anyway, Life Alyx is I had a lot of hope for it because it was a VR game that was Half-Life. Because I used to be a big Half-Life fan. And they haven't come out with a game for like, I think it was 13 years or some shit like that. It's a very long time since like Half-Life 2 came out. And they came out with a game, and it was a VR game. And everybody was like, what the fuck? And so Life Alyx is a VR game. And it got 10 out of 10 on IGN. Wow. Yeah, so and it's sitting at like above 90% on Metacritic. So yeah, it looks excellent. The graphics are great. What you're doing is great. Like this takes place before Half-Life 2, so you're playing as Alyx, and you have like there's no gravity gun, but you have like gravity gauntlets. So when you reach out for something, you can like pull it into you and grab it. You can do it with like guns and other objects and grenades and shit like that. You can like do all kind of crazy shit with the gauntlets, and it looks really good. I mean, as soon as the Infinity Base is done, I'm gonna fucking play it. I'm gonna buy it and play it. But it looks like finally VR has like a legit game, like a legit AAA title for VR. So if y'all were waiting to get a AAA game in VR, now you have it. Life Alyx. You got to get a PC. You got to join the master race, but it'll be worth it.
What are some other cool, great games that are available for VR? Like Doom. The last Doom game was available in VR.
Yeah, they have Doom. Go ahead.
I didn't get a chance to play it, but it was fucking great. I've heard it's really great.
They have Doom VR, right? That's a good one as well. But I mean, for the most part, most VR games are sort of like tech demo-ish. There's been a few that came out like really recently that were like had an actual storyline and shit like that. Yeah. And the problem with Doom VR was you had to use
into one fucking room and blowing up shit.
No, well, you had to like they had to use a teleportation thing, which is kind of weird in VR.
Oh, yeah.
So, Blue, you know what I'm talking about, right? Can you explain it?
Yeah. So if you're inside of a room, instead of you like walking around to move around, you have to like point where you want to be, and then you all of a sudden will teleport to that spot. But it was like the radius wasn't that big of the moving point wasn't that big, so when you're playing that horror game, having monsters and shit coming at you, and you're like jumping around, it gets kind of disorientating. So it's really hard to fucking play, to be honest.
Yeah. So in Alyx, you have the option of doing the teleport bullshit or actually moving around like a normal first-person shooter. So basically, you can control like where you're moving with one hand, and then look around with your head, and that's where you're gonna move to. And so, to me, that's a great way to go. And apparently, nobody's complaining about VR sickness, so they're doing it, and they're doing it right, and it seems to be pretty cool. So, oh, hold on, that's me, I think. Is that me?
No, it's me.
Oh, it's
That's
you.
me.
All right.
Information. Odd silence.
Yeah, I'm reading what you typed. Goddammit, because you stopped the podcast.
It's just. Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for later reference.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, Alyx seems really good. Like I said, it was 10 out of 10. And I look forward to playing it. Because if most people, I'm sure, if you haven't played Half-Life, I mean, go play Half-Life. Play the first one, the second one. Go play the episodes and have fun. And definitely go play Portal. Those are some of the best games ever made.
Dude, I wish they'd make Portal for VR, because playing it on the console is fine and all, but being able to like play it in fucking VR would be great.
Well, Portal is on are you saying Portal on VR?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They don't have that yet. What happened to our main guy here? Or one of our main guys? Well,
he dropped out.
He dropped out. He did. He just ninja dropped us. I guess Prodigy is gone.
He'll come back.
I don't know.
He'll come back.
Yeah.
He's into the ether.
Oh damn! He's probably all about his little new furry Netflix show. Is anybody watching this? Beastars
or something like that.
Is it Beastars or Beastars?
No, I wanted to watch that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
I know Prodigy's watching. He's starting to send out a bunch of memes about this show, so nobody else has seen it now.
I know from the previews, it looks like Zootopia on fucking steroids, but in anime.
Wow.
Man, yeah,
It's
y'all gotta watch.
on Netflix though, so it should be a little bit safe though, right?
No.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch? Wait, hold on.
No.
Stitch, did you watch? Yeah, did you watch Devilman Crybaby or Berserk on Netflix? Because those aren't safe at all.
Normally when Prodigy recommends something involving like animals and furries and stuff, there's like tentacle porn and all kinds of crazy shit going on eventually down the line.
Sometimes that's
on down that road with like. But for Netflix though, or am I tripping?
Yes. If you
Okay,
if you watch Devilman Crybaby, will have some like a little bit of tentacle porn. There's some monsters, a little bit of porn in it. Same thing with Berserk. Berserk had some graphic sex scenes and some horror and gore and stuff. That's why Prodigy's all about it, and that shit's on Netflix as well. So there's some not so safe stuff on Netflix. Just saying.
So I'm gonna have to watch with caution then.
Yes. Oh, look, Prodigy decides to rejoin.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So we're talking about your furry anime. I guess you're the only one watching it. Look at the smile on his face.
Look at this. First, we have interspecies reviewers changing the world.
Oh my god!
And now we have Zootopia as a fucking anime series with instead of Judy Hopps, you got Sasha Grey. This is a horny fucking rabbit. Let me tell you something. If you've ever wanted to be watching something that was pro-furry and pro-sex, this is it. In the entire school, this rabbit has fucked every single herbivore and nearly every single carnivore. This rabbit gets around, and I'm here for it. Yes, you heard me right. The rabbit fucks everybody.
So Stitch was asking.
It's Sasha Grey?
No,
it's Sasha Grey of rabbits.
So
okay,
Stitch
I thought it was actually Sasha Grey.
Stitch was asking if this is a safe anime, and I'm like, if Prodigy's into it, it ain't safe at all.
So I will tell you this: it's not interspecies reviewers like penetration and full on fuda, but it's like sexual tension in high school. It's utopia with high school sexual tension, and then some actual fucking. But for the carnivore, the blood and the scent of an herbivore drives them fucking crazy. They wanna eat that bunny, eat that pussy. You know, that's what it is, man. It's actually really good. I'm 4 episodes in. I'm loving everything about it. I'm gonna finish this off this week, I guarantee you. And I want a crossover series with interspecies reviewers.
Oh my, that's not happening for sure.
This fucking guy.
I'm telling you, this is worth watching. This is another fucking gem. I shit you not.
I will say it is in the top 10 on Netflix most watched.
Yep.
So I'll say that. I am intrigued, but if it's
See?
I mean, I've been watching interspecies reviewers, so I'm caught up. I think there's probably a new episode this week. Not sure, but I mean that one's out of control. That one doesn't hold back.
Nope.
I don't know how this new one will be, so
This
we
is
shall see.
this is a way soft core, or if that's a word, soft core
versus hardcore. That's pretty much what you're talking about. Because
Yeah,
is hardcore. Let's be honest.
It really is, and it's so fucking beautiful. I'm here for it. I love it. But I say watch it. I recommend it strongly. I enjoyed the fuck out of the first few episodes, and when she starts pulling down that wolf's pants, it's over. It's over.
Oh man, did you read Unnatural yet? The comic?
No, I picked it up. It's in my backlog.
Motherfucker, read that shit. It's probably better than what the bullshit you're talking about. Just think of a thick ass pig chick is the main character.
Yeah. Oh yes, I have seen some of that. People were saying when it dropped, it was one of the best comics, rivaling Immortal Hulk.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I actually read. Someone recommended it to me, and I'd already heard it, and I was reading like the first issue, and it was an issue where the main character goes to see her OBGYN, and they're asking her these super personal questions, like as she's like in the stirrups, and she felt uncomfortable, so she's trying to leave, but they're trying to like strap her down or some shit. It was super weird, but like.
Yeah, well, like
I felt uncomfortable reading it. It was kind of weird, but it was still interesting.
Well, because like a lot of it has to do with like racism, like so that's like kind of an underlying thing is like you're only supposed to like fuck your own same species in the show or in the book. Yeah. So it's just like, and if you're not, if you have attractions towards other species, you have to go into like this rehabilitation program where they kind of fuck you up. So yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy.
Any type of perverted utopia is my fucking shit.
Oh my god,
perverted utopia.
I think I'm gonna get Doom Eternal tomorrow. Maybe. Fuck, I don't know. Let's see. Amazon just updated because apparently it's non-essential cargo now. Oh yeah, it is. There we go. It's gonna be here tomorrow. Thank fucking god.
There you go. I've heard from some people playing it, and they say it's even better than the 2016 version, which was a great one.
Yeah, and I just beat the 2016 version. This might have been the first time where I actually went back and played a backlog game that's been backlogged for like basically 3 fucking years. Actually, almost 4 years. I went back and I beat it this week. It was really good. Doom 2016. And I'm really looking forward to Doom because I beat it because I wanted to play Doom Eternal. And then this whole, the Rona hit. And Amazon was like, only essential deliveries only, so they pushed back my delivery date by a week, I guess, for Doom. But I'm looking forward to playing it later on this week, because, I mean, I love the game. I love Doom. Doom, if y'all never played Doom, just play the fucking new ones. The old ones, I love. Those are like some of the first-person shooters that I played. My first one was Wolfenstein, which was the first-person shooter. But Doom was fantastic. But what's great about the new Dooms is you're playing, and it's literally like you're playing to a fucking soundtrack. And if you love metal, it's the fucking best. Because, like, you're playing, and it's like you're playing to, like, this metal soundtrack, just, like, trying to kill everything as fast as possible. And it's just, like, it's so fucking awesome. It's not like Call of Duty. It's not like fucking any other game that you played in modern history, really. Modern gaming history, because
there's no ducking to get your power back.
Yeah, you're not taking cover. You're just going out there, you're kicking ass, you're fucking taking guts out, shoving shit down people's throats, and you're just moving on to the next thing. You can't stop. If you stop, you're probably gonna fucking die.
Yep. Yeah, no, I concur. It's fucking badass. I can't wait to play it. I am trying to work through my own fucking backlog. I started I never finished Red Dead Redemption 2. And I
Oh,
love
shit.
Rockstar.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Rockstar, but the pace of that game was a real fucking culture shock for me because I'm so used to like GTA and all of those series, and I loved Red Dead 1.
Well,
But I'm getting back into it slowly.
I think you gotta get into like the
Part
later.
2,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say part 2 is a journey. Like you're living. It's basically they want you to live this person's life in the Old West, and they give you that. Like I guess if you're used to GTA, you don't get that fast pace with the cars and whatnot. You have to like travel by horse. I mean, there is fast travel, but it's definitely not the same pace as GTA.
No, it doesn't get into like a GTA type pace until like way later in the game.
True.
So in the beginning, I understand what you're saying. It's like it's slow, but it's so Western should be kind of slow, And it's still to me, it's the best prequel of all time, like hands down. Like nobody's even fucking close.
Yeah.
And you'll understand once you beat the game.
Yeah. You won't know until it'll hit you at the end because I didn't get it either. And Kronos talked about it in the cast. You weren't there at the time, but when he talked about it, I was like, "What?" And then when I made it there, I was like, "Holy shit!" And it's crazy. Even there's like end game content to the single player that I was just like, basically, whatever you don't do, you can continue on as someone else. So I was I was super surprised by that.
Yeah.
And then the multiplayer, they continually keep adding to it to this day, just like GTA. So it's good. It's a great game.
I love Rockstar all the way around. I'm going to finish this game. Is one of my goals. I think I'm maybe on the third act or 29-30% done with the campaign, something like that. It gave me a percentage. Yeah. But I'm gonna try to fucking power through. There's no fucking doubt about it because it's like I feel like it's a gap in my recent gaming really great game log. So I'll finish it off. I'll let you guys know, but. And then I still have to try to get through Death Stranding and Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
there's so many games.
Sorry, Fallen Order is still on my list too because I was playing Fallen Order and then what the fuck came out? Something came out and I was just like, well, fuck Fallen Order.
Borderlands.
Was it Borderlands? Okay.
No.
Something else.
Yeah, Borderlands before. You said there's no. Oh, it was Death Stranding. You were playing and then Death Stranding came out because they're like 2 weeks apart.
No, it was something else.
Sure.
Oh, I'll tell you in a second. Because it's probably behind me.
Well, no, I've gone back and started playing Borderlands 3 again, and man, I'm fucking loving this game. Like, I think I just didn't have time to continue playing it, but with everything being shut down, it's all you really can't do. But like, I think right now I'm like level 34, but my character is fucking badass. Like, I have the Siren, and like I have the powers that she have right now, and I can suck somebody or she can pick somebody up with her fist. If any enemies or materials around, she'll suck them up into a black hole. As I'm doing damage, if that person dies, the powers will move to the next person and pick that person up. But then also it changed it so where like it'll suck somebody in, but also like more fists will show up and will start like pounding the ground around. So if there's any enemies within our area, they all fucking will die. But then also she has an ability where if I kill you with an element, you're gonna fucking blow up. But then also I'll still back health and bullets back.
So you just go around fisting people then? That's what happens?
Basically, yes. I'm literally going around fisting people.
How many characters do you have in Borderlands 3? Just one?
I just have the one so far.
Okay.
So I have 3, and they're all over level 50.
Like right now, I'm at the level where you going against the fucking monkeys who throw their shit.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Oh,
I need
Wizard of Oz one.
I need to get caught up though. How many DLC packs? I already bought the DLCs, but I haven't played any of them. Is it 2 of them or 1?
I'm sorry. Oh, the second one comes out tomorrow. So today, if you're on the East Coast. So yeah, the Love something in Tentacles. It's the Hammerlock. Shit. Yeah, the Hammerlock. It's like a total H.G. Lovecraft fucking trek. So it's Hammerlock and what's the other guy's name? What's the other dude's name? Hammerlock's boyfriend.
Yeah, the other dude.
Forget his name. Yeah, Jacobs guy. They get married, and so Gage is coming back to like do the marriage thing, and it's like there's new enemies. There's a whole new location. The last DLC, the Moxie's Heist, was like a very large DLC. So I'm looking forward to playing this new DLC. very soon. So, yeah, why I didn't play Fallen Order? Yeah, part of it was because of the Borderlands DLC, but the other part was shit. It was Outer Worlds. I started playing Outer Worlds, and that one got me.
Good shit. Stitch, what are you playing? Are you doing the Division, or are you still on Warzone?
I've still been messing around on Warzone. Me, old ninja, and his boy. I don't know what he wants to call him on the podcast, but we've all been gaming.
Clue or Gonzo.
We've been gaming pretty hard. And I just working our way through the battle pass, and I'm enjoying it. It's really fun, especially since it's free to play and stuff. So that's what I've been mainly doing. And then I'll probably go back in my backlog. I might jump on Grand Theft Auto just to fuck around on it and just gain extra $1 million just for logging and just buy like a penthouse kind of thing. So
hold on,
do that.
Stitch, you gotta tell us, we got us another win. We won us another plunder match. There's like 150 people in there. We came out on top.
Yeah, I was playing earlier with my boy BJ and Jordan, and we ended up finishing first. We had like 1.6 mil, which was like the highest we had so far. Yeah, we went nuts during like the bonus round, so it was pretty fun. I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
You got enough money to buy yourself a tiger farm.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, indeed.
Stitch, we gotta do some of this Ghost Recon. I bought this. You raving about it. We gotta go through this thing.
Okay, I guess.
Breakpoint.
I'm down, but I mean, I'm still kind of running this Modern Warfare thing. I'm trying to get as high as I can on the Battle Pass before that renews in like 12 days.
Wait.
We can always go back and forth. Just saying.
Yeah.
You guys were all about the Division 2. Didn't that DLC New York drop
Oh yeah. There's a lot of deal. There's a lot of content that dropped. So I played a little bit of it.
A lot of people are playing that.
Yeah, because there's new stuff. There's the Pentagon. There's the New York stuff. There's Central Park or something like that. There's some other stuff in there. There's the Kennry College, which is a really long mission. I mean, there's a ton of content in there.
Oh shit!
They added 2 new classes and whatnot. There's plenty of stuff to do in the Division.
You know what's funny is I was thinking, I was like, did I get the Division like the year one? I guess the Game Pass, and I did. The Steel Box Edition. This one comes with the Game Pass, so I have a whole year of like free DLC. So I got right through.
I picked it up for $2. So
there you go.
It's definitely worth $2.
Oh yeah, you can't beat that. There's so much to do in that
really
game. It's retarded.
There you go.
Once you and so now since Kronos hasn't played in a while, they increased the armor cap, so you can go above 500 now, just starting out.
Oh nice.
So you can. There's also new weapons and new exotics and whatnot. There's a bunch of new secrets, more classified missions. I think there's like 4 to 6 of them or something like that.
I mean, I'll come back and play it. Remember, I played last time. It was like when they had the Gatling gun guy, and so I came over with the Gatling, and that guy fucking sucked. I was like, dude, it's like total garbage.
They added 2 more. Yeah, they added 2 more classes. So
I'm gonna go with my crossbow guy. The crossbow guy fucking with the explosive warheads. Yeah. I was like, I'm good. Here's my dude.
Is it 4-player or 3-player for the co-op on
4. 4.
Oh.
It's fun.
And it's legit fun. Yeah.
Good shit. What was this thing? So obviously, comic shop. This is kind of sad, but there's a silver lining here.
Yeah.
Comic shop has been hit hard. There was no new books for this week, at least with Cape and Cow. I think for almost all the local comic shops.
Can I break it down a little better?
Okay, go ahead.
So the problem is the distributor. So Diamond Distributors, which is one of the largest distributors for comic books in the United States, they are shutting down because of the coronavirus. And so if your comic book shop happens to deal with Diamond Distributors, they are not getting any new comics this week and for the foreseeable future, which is fucked up. And I mean, it's understandable. And last week, I remember my comic book shop called me to let me know that they have curbside pickup. But at the time, like, my daughter was like, she was sick. I was like, I can't come by. And now it's like, I still can't take the risk, but I need to call back into them. I'm probably going to call them tomorrow and just like pay for, because I'm a week behind on comic books, but I want to pay them for the books that I have that they're holding. So if
Well-
you are a comic book subscriber, if you have like a box at your comic book place, call them up and pay them for if you haven't gone in for a couple of weeks, or even just a single week. Call them up and pay your box, because if you don't, there's a good chance that they could shut down. If a lot of people don't start paying their boxes off, normally it's just annoying when like this. Literally, I've seen places, even the comic book shop that I go to, I'll see a box that is totally full with like $1,000 worth of comics. That's $1,000 worth of revenue that somebody put aside just for your ass, and you didn't pay for it because you decided.
Here's the thing, though, and obviously check with your local comic shop, but definitely pick up your comics. There's no doubt about it. Some of them, like Cape and Cowl, is doing this thing where they are letting you order them online and getting them delivered to you, just like with Amazon, grocery delivery and whatnot. And even though they did not have their books, like new books, they have a lot of deals on some older trade paperbacks and some of their figurines and backpacks and all that other swag stuff that you could certainly buy from them. So check with the local ones. Like I said, I plan on buying quite a bit of trade paperbacks because my kids like those even more because they're like a single compact issue of like 5 or 10 of the books that they already love. But
it's a version of binging.
See if they can deliver. Yeah, see if they can deliver. That's the silver lining I just kind of wanted to point out, because if you don't do that, then they're going to take even worse of a financial hit, and they're a great small business.
Yeah, and one of the things with Cape and Cowl Comics in particular is their recommendations are really good. Like, I didn't give a single fucking solitary shit about Superman until I read the one that they recommended to me. I think it was like American Alien. Yeah, that was a really good one. Good. Yeah, another one was like Space something. Like, they have really good recommendations.
Yeah, it almost feels like they kind of know your taste, or even if you don't like a particular character, they can give you the best book, or they recommend the best book that will maybe even change your fucking mind.
Yeah.
So they recommended a Poison Ivy book. Are you gonna read it?
God damn it! Yes. All right, fine. I'll finally read a Poison Ivy book.
Damn.
So you don't believe what was her name? Who do we have on here? It was a comedian. I forget her name. And you still didn't read it like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Because my whole thing is I like Poison Ivy in some ways, but I feel like she's kind of one dimensional because everything ultimately boils down to she really loves fucking plants.
Listen, I'm just saying. I can't stand Superman. American Alien was really good, so give Poison Ivy a chance.
Yeah, we'll see.
That means you definitely won't see. Thanks, asshole.
Yeah. That all wrapped up to those exact words.
If she appears in a Batman book or a Wonder Woman book, I'll give her a chance.
This fucking guy.
Mandalorian. Did we already mention this Mandalorian new casting?
No,
that was.
This just happened. This is
hot.
Caught fire. Yes, this real hot at the presses, hot with the fans. Who wants to?
Am I stalling out again?
No,
You're
no, we're good. Y'all heard about this, right? This is Cronus's Canadian girlfriend got cast in Star Wars. Pretty much.
That she did.
So,
and I was already all in.
One of the most popular characters that has not appeared in live action yet, Ahsoka Tano. So there's been a lot of talk online. A lot of people are kind of torn. There's people upset on both sides. On one side, you have the actress who voices Ahsoka originally, Ashley Eckstein, who also runs her own business with the Star Wars brand, her universe. She's been the voice of Ahsoka since 2008 when she first appeared, and she's been doing it up until this day with the current season of Clone Wars. Then you have Rosario Dawson, who's an accomplished actress who's been a fan of Ahsoka for a few years now, who's been wanting to play Ahsoka in live action, now gets her chance to play, and so it's torn a bunch of fans saying Ashley, who's been there since the beginning, should be live action Ahsoka, versus people saying, Rosario will be faithful to Ahsoka. She's a perfect actress, the right age, it'll work out. So
Oh, this is sad.
It's been
So
a hot
I
topic.
was all about saying that, you know, fuck this other person because she voiced her, and I want her Instagram, and I'm like, you know what? God damn it, this breaks my heart because it's all Star Wars everything
Yeah,
for
I mean,
Ashley Eckstein. Like seriously,
yeah, she's done mostly voice work, but she has done some live action. She's on That's So Raven for a little bit, but she also had, like I said, she has her business that she started using the Star Wars brand. It's at every Comic-Con that we've been to, every con that we've been to except for Fanime. Her universe is always there. It's Ashley's brand, her design. It's authentic, like feminine female clothes inspired by the Star Wars universe for ladies or, you know, whoever wants to wear them, I guess. But she's been with Star Wars since 2008 and been killing it ever since. So there's been a huge fan debate whether Ashley should be live action or Rosario be live action. So, and we're gonna see this season 2. Season 2 is supposed to drop later this year. So,
Unless that Rona pushes it back.
I mean, it's going straight to Disney Plus. So,
Is it already filmed?
I believe they are about to start filming, or yeah, or if they haven't filmed already,
just
they may have
cast-
filmed last year.
no. Wait,
Yeah, I'm
talking about
looking at
Clone Wars?
like-
Clone Wars is going right now.
No. Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clone Wars is already going.
Mandalorian season
so-
2 should be later this year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm looking at her at the homegirl's resume. The girl that does the voice of Ahsoka, and she's mainly just done like Disney shows. So I mean, her acting chops might not be up to par.
But she's the
be
voice
in
though.
Something that's live action. So yeah, but yeah, she does the voice. But then like Kevin Conroy just barely did Batman for the first time when
For the Crisis?
crossover. Yeah,
Did he suck?
It's true.
nah. He did pretty. He was Batman. I mean, the voice matched everything, but you know, he was the frail future Batman, so he kind of matched the character. to be
Okay.
honest.
Yeah.
He's an old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they played on that too. They played that he was old Batman, old and hurt.
Old, beat down Batman,
Mm.
but he still fucking threw Supergirl through a wall.
Yeah, that was actually still pretty awesome. But yeah, like I said, Ashley, she has cosplayed as Ahsoka as well. So a lot of people are just like, if she can cosplay as Ahsoka, just put her in. I mean, some people are debating about the age. Rosario is only 2 years older than Ashley, so that's not really the issue. I mean, it's just, you know, they went with who they went with, and
Yeah.
I think Rosario is going to do good, but then again, I do feel bad about Ashley because she does lend her voice to Rise of Skywalker as Ahsoka towards the end of the film. So
Listen,
she's been
hold on.
Ahsoka since the beginning.
Rosario Dawson can do no wrong except for dating Cory Booker. I'm just saying that was an awful decision. Could have been me 10 years ago. If you'd have found me 10 years ago, Rosario would have been good to go. But you know, I've got a girlfriend. You've got a fucking senator or whatever. You know, whatever. Just saying, we could have been a thing 10 years ago.
But yeah, that's hot out the press. It's hot debatable topic.
I mean,
there.
I think we all want, like, we're missing the fact that, like, that Netflix, like, Daredevil universe was hot fire for several years.
Yeah.
And some of those
Tell Iron Fist.
yeah, well, except for Iron Fist, but yeah, but we wanted some of those characters to have some interaction with normal kind of MCU movies, and or Disney at large, and now a handful are getting it, but it's too late for what was the Daredevil guy, Charlie Cox?
Actually, I've been hearing like a lot of rumors that they're probably not all done. Yeah, I heard that they're trying to bring back that whole universe with the same cast, and they could do it. I mean, they got Disney
They
money.
could. Yeah, so I've heard all kinds. I heard that they're going to move to Hulu. I've heard Charlie Cox is going to be in the next Spider-Man, being Spidey's lawyer. I've heard like all kinds of stuff. So you never know. We never know what could happen.
The only thing that I would point out though is some of these stars, and it's not like you can't double dip or whatever, but some of the stars like the Luke Cage and what's her name are like on network television now.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it's
Oh
just
no, Simone Missick. That's who you're thinking
yeah,
of. Simone
Misty
Missick
Knight.
has her own show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She has
Oh,
her
well,
own
she's
show.
on. Hold on, she's on fucking
She's an Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh wow,
But
yeah.
she has her own show where she's like some kind of detective or something on
Something like that. Yeah, she's on like NBC or something like that.
Yeah.
Prime time.
So we'll see. I'd love to see them in those roles. I think pretty much all of them fit really well with those roles, and we got a chance to see some dope ass shit, especially like even Punisher. He only got
Oh,
one
yeah.
season.
No, he got two.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
two.
is too.
He had two seasons.
Oh shit! I have two
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah. Second one
Mm.
sucked.
You didn't like the second season? Okay.
Was that the final Netflix show?
Nah,
Punisher
I think it was Jessica Jones.
I thought
got-
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, she had her third
Third.
season drop. And
Listen,
that was it.
I tell you what America
Yeah.
needs right now. They need Cosmic Ghost Rider. That's what
Mm.
America needs right now. Cosmic Ghost Rider is like one of the best new characters in all of Marvel right now. It's like the best. Have y'all been reading that shit?
I have. He combines just for those who don't know. He is Frank Castle, and he combines being the Ghost Rider with Galactus's herald, like Silver Surfer power, cosmic powers, and obviously the craziness of the Punisher. And he ties into not only Galactus but Thanos extremely well. I mean, he's got the greatest backstory ever.
Well, it's also he has a splash of Deadpool in him because he's
Yeah.
like he's funny, which is like weird. So when you read in the comic, like him being, because he basically goes crazy after all the shit that he went through, and he becomes like sort of like Deadpool, and it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like him going back to the past to revisit Marvel's fucking wacky ass history too. So I agree
Actually,
with you. It'd be fun to see.
Hold on, I gotta
The
be
other thing
honest.
that I will say, I feel like go ahead.
Sorry, I gotta be honest. Like him going back in time and like redoing shit, I didn't I didn't appreciate the comics as much as I appreciated like the standard. Like I think it was called like what, Cosmic Ghost Rider, something about Marvel or some shit. And I just didn't. I didn't like that
Read
series.
Marvel history.
Yeah, but I liked all his other shit.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to see. To be honest with you, I'd love to see that character get some like animated awesomeness because I feel like that could be extremely interesting as a brand new series. I used to love the back in the day the old Silver Surfer one from the '90s as well.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be fun. I want to see some cool new stuff. But the other thing too is I still want to see what the hell Marvel's going to do. They have the rights to Deadpool completely, both live action and they could do some animated stuff with him as well, of course. I want to see what the hell they're going to do with Deadpool. We all want to see this, you know.
Yeah.
And that was the most successful X-Men spin-offy movie.
So
did-
jumping back just a little bit, we talked about Altered Carbon. Did y'all see that there's an Altered Carbon
Animation.
on Netflix? Anybody
Yeah,
watch
I
this?
I didn't get a chance to
watched
watch
the-
all of it yet.
Yeah, I watched the first episode and it's different. Like
And they could
it
do
doesn't
some
have
anime.
that same feel as the live action version, but I haven't had a chance to fully dive into it. But you know, they still have the same character. It's still the same. The Asian dude, I can't remember his name.
Kovac?
Yeah, Kovac. It's still him being the main character, but he's in like a different sleeve and it's in a different time. But I've only been able to get through the first episode.
So it looks interesting. So, I mean, I plan on checking it out. We'll see.
Yeah, I feel like they should have waited to release this one just because I think the second season dropped like a couple of weeks ago, and then all of a sudden they released the animated version. I think they should have had it in between season 1 and season 2, or they should have waited maybe a couple of months for releasing.
Same
the animated
actress
series.
doing like the voice acting for this?
I don't know if they're doing the same
I don't
voice
think
or the
so.
same actor.
I'm gonna get caught up on Altered Carbon. I saw the first 3 or 4
Dude,
of season 1. But
Season 2 is
Oh.
really good.
You haven't finished it? Oh my goodness!
Nah, man.
You've been too busy caught up with this interspecies bullshit.
And B-stars, you know. Got to see that Judy Hopps getting fucked.
Oh my god! This is
You know what it
too
is.
much.
You know what it fucking is.
Dude,
Um,
too much.
Holy fucking shit. Do we or I was gonna say, Old Ninja, are you still? You're still on fucking Warzone, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but have you played the New York City division? I'm sorry, did you confirm that?
No, I have not played it.
Okay.
Not that part. There's so much other content before I even get to New York. Oh, the Pentagon. That's what I was missing. Because it has the Pentagon and it has like, I think Central Park or some shit like that. There's a bunch of stuff they added to it. It's crazy.
Damn.
A lot of content for that game.
Holy fucking shit! And did you also pre-order? Are you going with Final Fantasy or are you going with Resident Evil?
Oh, Resident Evil, 100%.
Okay, but Kronos, you're doing Final Fantasy, obviously.
Yeah, because that's the rational thing to do. I mean, what the fuck is wrong
Yeah,
with
what
you?
the hell?
Like, what the? Are you fucking Resident Evil? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's Resident Evil. We're practically living in it right now, so might
Oh, boy.
as well fucking double down on that shit.
They might play the demo for Resident Evil 3.
No,
I
I
know.
have not.
Because it's
I
trash. Fuck Resident Evil.
How dare you? Resident Evil 2 was that remake was great, man.
Really
Oh,
good.
You know, I'm gonna kick you out of this fucking
three-way
whole chat.
tie.
Fuck you.
Hey, Resident Evil 2 remake is a golden egg pet winner.
Yes, it
Just
is.
saying.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 3 for sure. But again, I played that demo for Final Fantasy 7 and I was fucking impressed. So at some point, I gotta dip my dick in both the rabbit and the wolf. You know.
Well, Old Ninja kept saying that Final Fantasy is racist.
How dare?
Yeah. Anyway,
Because
let me talk about something that is not racist. Actually, it's kind of weird. Actually, well, I guess it's not. It's not weird. Anyway, I'm reading a new book, and this is going to be relevant to our listeners since we are the blackest podcast out there ever. Anyway, there's a book from a guy named Marlon James, and it's called Black Leopard, Red Wolf. And this kind of caught me by surprise because I was looking up like good sci-fi books to read or listen to, and this is like literally the gayest fucking book I've ever read. And it's funny because it's based on like African like lore. So I was like, okay, African lore. Like I would love to hear more about that. But like literally, like the main character is like kind of like super gay for like the vast majority of like the first part of the book in Africa. And I was just like, all right, well I'm just gonna fucking roll through this, I guess. But it's an interesting book. But it's just like it wasn't what I was like used to reading. I feel like I almost got catfished. I think I catfished myself into this fucking book because now I got to read the whole fucking thing.
God damn.
Yeah, it's just like, the reason why I like it, not because of the gay stuff, because the gay stuff I don't really give a shit about, but there's stuff about like African lore that I was not aware of, like why they apparently gave females circumcisions. Like I had no idea why they did that, but apparently they cut away the male, quote unquote, male parts of a female to make them female. And I was just like, once I like listened to that, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like that's really fucked up. Like, do you not know what the fuck that is for? And that's why they did that. Your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I thought they did that to desensitize the women so they wouldn't be interested in having sex and end up having affairs or whatever. And like, they would only be there for their man's fucking sex toy, basically.
Some of them thought it was a dick, like a tiny dick. Which I mean, technically it is. It is. And the whole thing with like male circumcision is because they cut it off because they thought that those pieces were what made you female. So basically, they thought that. Whoa, super echo. Somebody's got to mute. There we go. Thank you. They thought that
twice, baby.
Cutting off the foreskin was the female parts of a man, and then cutting off the clitoris of a female was cutting off the male parts of a woman. And I was just like, whoa, dude, are you fucking for real? That kind of messed me up for a minute.
All right.
Y'all got nothing to say against that. All right.
No,
I just
super left turn.
I'm stumped on that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm fucking blown on that shit.
Speechless.
yeah. I was kind of like, I was pretty much speechless too when I listened to it. I was like, damn. All right, that's fucked up. Thank God
There's
I'm
still an
in.
echo?
Huh?
Is there still an echo?
No,
Okay, cool.
you're good.
All right.
So that's my weirdest book I've ever read, and I'm still going through.
What's the title of this one?
Yeah, what's
What's
it
up?
called?
It is called Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. And it's cool only because I'm like getting to understand more African history, even though it's like a African semi sci-fi-ish book. It's an African like fiction book, and it seems to me it's enjoyable so far. But there's like, if you're homophobic, don't fucking read it. If you're homophobic, don't listen to this podcast.
So
So
wait,
Yeah.
Conan, do you have audiobook or Audacity or whatever? Or
It's
do you
on-
subscribe-
yeah, it's on Audible.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's read by a guy who's actually an American actor, but he says it in like an African accent, which is, to me, it seems even cooler. And the actual writer, he's Jamaican. So
There we go.
I was trying to like diversify my
is
fucking audiobooks because I've been reading so much sci-fi books. I was like, all right, I need to get some more fucking fiction in there. I need to get different kinds of books in there. So I listened to this one. It's been enjoyable so far, but it's a little hard to follow. But I'm following still.
Is it read by like Adebisi from Oz?
He sounds kind of like him. Yeah, he's the actor. If you look up Dion Graham, he's an American actor, but he does a pretty good African accent.
I mean, even what's his name? Obviously, T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, certainly doesn't sound like he did in the movies. He's an American actor, you know.
Yeah, I mean, people can do
Yeah,
it.
he's from South Carolina.
There you go. So we will fucking see on that shit.
Oh, what else we got?
Actually, do we? I know it's kind of early, but do we want to hit up?
Shit, hold on.
Don't we have a couple of B's and B's?
Well, bullshit for like another 1 minute. I gotta get up for a second.
All right.
Let's see.
We got this B's and B's. We got a couple of B's and B's on here.
We do?
Yeah, I think we do. We got one of what do you wish you had in high school that kids in high school today have?
Who's starting this off? A lot of stuff.
Trying to think. All that shit would have got me in trouble. Like, I
What's
mean,
that?
like a cell phone. Like, I mean, I didn't have a cell phone in high school. That shit would have just been all kind of.
Yeah, it would have been all kinds of
Craziness.
bad.
It's like, I mean, we used to just communicate by like passing notes or whatever in high school in class. Now they like texting and Snapchatting and shit, and that would have been all crazy.
The thing that would have gotten me in the most trouble is at 13, 14, 15 years of age, being able to take a fucking photo of my dick and send it to whoever I wanted in the world. Like, come on now.
Oh my god.
It would have been over.
Wait, what was the question?
What do you wish you had in high school that kids in high school today
Oh,
have?
yeah, I added this to the list.
Yes, what's your answer, Blue?
So for me, I would say definitely having the internet because could you imagine having like Pornhub and Hentai Haven and all that shit when you were a kid? Oh man,
It'd be
that shit
over.
would
I mean,
But I think definitely having a cell phone is one of the biggest things, just because you have all the information in the palm of your hand and like video chatting and listening to music and this and that. I just feel like the generation is right now have it kind of easy with that.
Like, I think YouTube, because I could have saved out on like doing like actual book reports by just like watching like a 10-minute like Kennry video, and then just going off that. Because I mean, when we had to do book reports, you had to either literally like read it, or if you wanted to like roll the dice and try to like plagiarize something. But at the time, it was kind of easy to tell if you were just cutting and pasting shit. But now, if like there was was that?
The only shortcut was the Cliff Notes condensed
Yeah.
version.
Yeah. But you could essentially just like, oh shit, But it's like if you had to read like To Kill a Mockingbird and you're like, oh shit, I have a book report due on To Kill a Mockingbird. You could go on YouTube, watch a 10-15 minute video of them explaining the whole book.
Story.
Maybe even, the story and maybe some stuff that like are you're supposed to get that's kind of hidden meanings behind shit, and then you could just start typing away and just bullshit that.
Well, then even like with math, like if there's a math problem you to understand, you can go on YouTube and watch video.
That's just
explain it better.
Yeah,
That's true. Kronos, did you have an answer? What do you wish you had in high school that kids in high school today have? You got a high school student.
Pussy? I mean, is that an answer? Anybody say that shit yet?
Yeah.
If I could have had pussy in high school, I'm just kidding. I would have fucked my whole life up.
Mm-hmm.
If I had pussy in high school.
Damn.
Just saying. I was that guy. Yeah. Y'all see me today. I might look cool. Probably not. I'm old now. But I wasn't the coolest guy in high school. I was I was a straight up nerd, and I wasn't getting shit in high school. So, but it's also by design. Like for me, when I was in high school, I was like, I don't want to have kids early, and so it was like, not only was I like awkward in high school and like most of my life, but also I didn't want to have kids early and not know what the fuck to do with children. So
Well,
yeah.
if you had kids back in high school, you wouldn't have to deal with having a kid at home right now.
Well, no, I mean my kid now my oldest kid is in she's a senior in high school, and I have like a 3-year-old as well. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's better or worse, but I mean, maybe I should have fucked more in high school. That'd have been possibly great. So I don't know. That'd have been cool.
I think another thing that high schoolers have that we didn't have is high speed internet. Because we had internet, but it was like dirt shit slow.
dial up.
Yeah, man, that shit was brutal. Because porn was out there, it's just that it took you forever to download it.
Dude, you know what's funny? So when I got up, I'm
I'm
going to show you my screen right now. This literally just happened on the podcast. So when I got up to like use the bathroom, my keys for my keyboard popped off, and so they're removable keys, right? So I can pop these off, but I just lost a bunch, like 2 keys. I don't know where the fuck they went. So I have to find them at some point in time because it's my left and up key.
What?
Actually, I have a question for Stitch, since he's on here. So I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about 911 operators or dispatchers, and they had brought up this urban legend about ordering a pizza through 911. Do you know anything about this?
It's happened before. It's not like a universal thing, but if anytime you call 911, they're supposed to send somebody to check it out. I mean, obviously, if you live in like New York City or like a crazy place like that, they don't have the resources to send an officer to every like 911 accidental dial or whatever. But if you just, as a dispatcher, you just have to use common sense. And I've heard that story, and I think I've heard that video for it, or not the video, but the audio for it. And the dispatcher just used like common sense, because the dispatcher is like, you realize you called 911, and the person's like, yes, I understand that. I would like to order a pizza. It's like you just have like, as a dispatcher, you have to understand what might be going on the other end of the phone that you can't see or use your other senses, and you just have to be like, all right, something's wrong, and then you have to ask the questions. Like I've had 911 calls where somebody was like bringing like a forged check into like a check cashing place, and they are like trying to talk to me, but I have to kind of figure out what it is that they're trying to say, and they're kind of like talking in code, and I have to kind of lead the conversation. I'm like, okay, I'm like, are you guys being robbed? They're like, no. I'm like, is somebody stealing something? And they're like, yeah, you could say that. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, is the person standing there right in front of you? And they're like, yes. And so at this point, I'm telling the officers, okay, this is what I have going on. But obviously the person who's holding the phone can't tell me, yes, I'm looking at a black male with dreads and he's wearing a red shirt, because that would raise his suspicion. So I have to ask the questions like as sort of rapidly as possible in like yes, no format. Kind of like when you're playing like Guess Who.
Yeah.
You have to try to figure out what it is that the person looks like, what they're wearing. Are they there alone? Is there a car outside? Did they walk there? And you just have to ask like certain questions. So yeah, it's not really like a universally understood thing. But if you have like a halfway competent 911 dispatcher, they should know something's up if they realize that they have called 911, but they're still talking like in riddles, like they're not describing an actual emergency, but they're still trying to talk to you.
Yeah, so they're trying to throw subtle hints that something bad is going, but they're trying to be discreet about it to confuse whoever their captor or whoever villain or bad guy is in front of them to kind of get help to them. And I just wanted to ask that because I know you worked in that field for a bit, and I was like, oh man, is this an urban legend or something that fucking actually happened?
It hasn't happened to me. I've had a lot of. I've had one where someone's tried to do that whole swatting thing where they're like, "Oh my God, someone's got a gun to my face right now. I need you to send a SWAT team."
Really? On a phone call?
When I got the call, I was like, "Yeah, exactly." I mean, you have to, because everything's recorded, and you can't be that dispatcher or whatever it is, or whatever title you have on a public line, just downplaying an actual emergency, because then you're gonna get sued. You're going to get your house taken from you and all kinds of shit. So you have to remain professional, even though stuff's not adding up. So I'm asking all the questions and blah, blah, blah. And the person just keeps like interrupting me, saying like, are you sending the cops? Are you sending the cops? I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, you are talking way too calm to be having a gun in your face from somebody that's right there next to you. And I'm like, and I can't remember the exact words or verbiage I used, but I'm just like, why is this person allowing you to call 911 if the person has a gun to your face? Like, what? Like, can I talk to this person? Because if he wants you to dial 911, then and maybe there's some sort of hostage situation going on, then I'm sure he would want to talk to me to figure out what the hell it is that he wants. Like, why is he having the scared person call 911? Because now all of a sudden you're asking for a standoff. You're not going to get away, because most criminals want to get away. I mean, when they're robbing somebody or doing a home invasion, their objective is to get in, get out. They don't want to just hold the family hostage and sit there and chill and do like a Hollywood movie and be like, that shit didn't make any sense. So I was just asking like questions, and I mean, I went through the entire formality because I can't just hang up on the person and just be like, yeah, whatever, bullshit, and then hang up. I mean, I had to call the proper authorities. I had to notify our SWAT team and shit like that, and I had to let them know exactly everything that was going on. And I mean, the SWAT team will know how to handle the situation. I just have to give them the best information of what I'm receiving at the time. I mean, it's not my job to determine if it's fake or not, because I'm not the one going to the scene. The officers and whoever the scouts that are going to roll up in there and check out the house to see if something legit's going on, that's their call. But my job is to get all the information and determine if it could be potentially real or not by just asking the right questions.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The podcast I was listening to also talk about like the life of a dispatcher. Is that a lot of the dispatchers don't get closure because like you might be the last person that person's talking to as they're fucking dying, and like as a dispatcher, you don't get to know if like did they survive, did the team make it there in time, like did the lady have her baby, this and that. So it's a tough job, and I just thought it was cool to ask that question to you.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, because a lot of times, I mean, you hang up the call, it's like, all right, it's on to the next one, and you don't really know what happens until, like, the officers, like, leave the scene. I mean, I work with a lot of, pretty much every department that I've worked with when I was a dispatcher, like, I'm really close tight with all the cops that I worked with, and, like, even after the call, like, when stuff would, like, die down, they would just come back to us, and I would just ask them, like, yo, what happened on this call? And they'd tell us, because it's like, we don't know. They know that we don't know anything. We just hang up after they get there and everything. So a lot of the cops would come back and like talk to the dispatchers. Even when I was on the other end, I would let the dispatchers know like, hey, this is what happened. I would just even type in like a little computer message, let them know like, oh yeah, this person's crazy or something like that.
Nice.
One other B I want to get everybody's take on this one. What games or comics are you enjoying? I guess anime as well. Are you enjoying from your backlog during this Rona stuff? Blue, why don't you start us off on that one?
Well, like I mentioned it before, like I jumped back into playing Borderlands 3, and I'm loving that game. Like, just every day I'm just leveling up. But the Sweetness and I, we actually been going back and watching like old movies. Like the other night we watched Fools Rush In. So I had asked her like, what's your favorite rom-com? And it turns out that Fools Rush In was actually both of our favorite rom-coms. We didn't know that. We've been married for 2 years, and been together for 10.
Hold on, Blue.
But,
have you
yeah.
watched Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah, well, I did watch that. That one's really good too. And I was telling Sweetness about that one. Like, it's really good and it has a crazy ass twist on the end, but she hasn't seen that one.
Yeah. Came back, had me watch that one, and I was like, you know what? It's fucking good. It's a good one.
Alright.
Yeah.
I know which romance movie I hate is fucking The Notebook. The Notebook is fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's fucking bad. I don't understand why people like that one. But for animes, I've still been watching the Dragon Ball Superheroes on YouTube, which is like a 10-minute series, and they just started a new series where there's a new time. They jump back to Trunks being a time patrol person, and basically like there's this cosmic owl that's returned back from the future, and there's also an evil version of the owl, and it's going around destroying universes. And so like, you know, Trunks has got Goku and his dad Vegeta to help him out, and dude, you guys gotta really watch this shit. It's fucking crazy. It doesn't make it's not it's Redcon, or it's not. It doesn't follow the anime basically. It's just its own working universe.
It's not canon.
But I definitely recommend checking that out.
Good shit. Old Ninja, what you got on that one?
You got me fucked up. I still have a backlog. There's a lot of shit I still haven't touched yet. So, I mean, I'm just playing the current stuff, mainly Modern Warfare and Monster Hunter Iceborne. His new content dropped.
You not doing any comics? No comics or anime?
So, actually, a friend of mine let me borrow Immortal Hulk, like the first trade, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start that like in the next day or so. So, and then he also has like one of the Batman like anthologies and whatnot. I might read it, but I'm more interested in Immortal Hulk because I didn't get a chance to read it. So I'm reading that.
That's good.
Within the next couple of days for sure.
Good shit. Kronos, what you got on that one?
As far as backlogs go, I mean, you know, I just talked about playing Doom 2016, Borderlands 3. I mean, I never really stopped playing. I stopped playing it as a game comes out, and they drop some new bullshit, and I'm back on it. And also the latest X-Men run by Jonathan Hickman. It's more than just the X-Men. You know, it's probably like 6 or 7 comics all in a row, following similar storylines. It's X-Men, X-Force, fucking Fallen Angels. New Mutants, yeah, it's another one. Even though I don't like the artwork on that one, but I'm still reading it. Marauders, yeah, it's a great one. I'm loving Marauders, and it's just like it's so many good comics that are like in the same universe. I don't like that they are still trying to put in the back of the comics like the reading order, because the reading orders really kind of don't matter at this point in time. Like very rarely do they cross over, so it's like just fucking stop it, you know. But there's newer ones that are coming out like Cable just came out like a couple weeks ago of his own comic, and it has Wolverine in it, and then Wolverine also dropped his new comic. So it's good to see that Hickman revived Marvel for the most part and brought them back into the forefront. Like if you listen to me, 2-3 years ago, I was all about DC, and I dropped off of DC, and I'm reading mostly Marvel right now. I'm trying to get back into DC, but it's a little difficult because a lot of it is in boxes. I gotta bust out where I stopped and shit like that. But once there's been no reset for DC for me to catch back up with. Marvel did a reset, as far as I'm concerned, at the right time for me, and the right time actually for their company, because they had a lot of problems with doing this whole like SJW bullshit. Even though we'll talk about like Snowflake and the other guy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? We'll talk about it next week. I don't know if it's real or not. I haven't vetted it. Hopefully it's not real, but apparently from what I've read, they're trying to come out with the super SJW characters, which Marvel, don't do that. Like you're kind of gaining ground back again. Don't fuck up with doing this SJW nonsense again. So, I mean that's where I'm at. What
do you mean by SJW?
Social Justice Warrior. Like they made it. I haven't vetted the story yet, but they made a character named like Snowflake, and I forget the other name. It was something else that was like super SJW, and it's like, Marvel, you should have learned from like doing your SJW bullshit that it doesn't work for most comic book readers, and the people that you're trying to get in to read your comics that are social justice warriors, they're not going to read your comics. They're not. They're not interested in your shit. So just stop doing it.
There you go. Stitch, did you
Just
have?
kind of jumping in real quick. I think it's cool that the creators of Loser Strode released their comic for free.
Yeah, Justin Jordan and
Jordan.
I posted that on my personal page. I don't think I did it on the BThanBTI page, but that's one of the best comic books for me of all time. It's very enjoyable.
Good shit. Are you working through any backlog? I know you're not big on anime, but are you doing some comic shit?
The X-Men ones, I have a couple. I think I have 3 of the X-Men's that I wanted to go back and read because I was just planning on going to like the stores and picking them up just so I could just physically go into the comic book stores, but obviously can't do that right now. So I'm a little bit behind. I got to remember where in the story I am with what's going on with that. I do want to check out your little Zootopia Netflix thing, see what that shit's all about. And then I think I need to finish up Food Wars. So yeah.
There you go. They had a 4th season on that one.
Hey, just
real quick.
Quick question. Sorry, just kind of hijack for a second. I know we're trying to wrap it up, but have any of you guys watched? Shit, I forgot the name of the fucking show now. It's on Netflix. It's with something Chang. Ugly Delicious. Y'all haven't watched that? It's a really good cooking. It's a really good cooking show. Definitely check it out to anybody that likes cooking and food and shit like that. But what fucked me up is that I was watching the show like literally yesterday, and there was a guy on there. I forget his fucking name now, but he died today from the coronavirus. The chef did.
Oh, the guy from Top Chef. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the Indian dude.
He won. I watch a lot of Top Chef, and he was a winner on Top Chef.
Yeah,
and he went on to do some other stuff, and I saw that one of the hosts from the shows like put on her Instagram that he passed away because of the coronavirus. I didn't know that he was on that show doing that as well.
Yeah, it's crazy because like literally I was introduced to him like the other day, and then he died today. I was like, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
And he was like not even 50 years old. I think he was like 49.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way too young.
Yeah.
All right. For me, I will say, in terms of catching up on some old comics, I'm still loving everything about Spider-Man and X-Men, as Kronos mentioned. But the one I really want to highlight on the DC side, Justice League and Justice League Odyssey were great, but also, have I mentioned Far Sector on here?
No.
The Green Lantern?
No. Oh, the one that looks, it's based off of Janelle Monáe, right?
Yeah, I mean, that one is excellent. It's a different type of story, and he or she feels very different from any other Green Lantern story I've ever fucking read, and I don't really fuck with too many Green Lanterns other than like John Stewart in like the old school Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, but it's a good story. N.K. Jemisin, who's like a sci-fi writer, I guess, did that one, and it is pretty fucking good. I enjoy the shit out of that one. And then for anime, I'm like 8% through with this goddamn pirate story. Holy shit! I'm in the.
You
I'm
can
still
just
not in
stop
the
watching. I'm just saying.
I'm going back and forth between Shippuden and One Piece, but One Piece is going to be a journey for the next 2 years. Holy shit! All right.
Have any of you guys tried watching the MFKZ on Netflix?
No, I don't know what
It's
that
an
is.
anime.
No.
I heard mixed reviews.
Yeah, it's called motherfucker basically in Japanese. But yeah, so I talked about it last week, but I finally finished it. It's a dark comedy, but it's about this kid. He's like a black kid, but he's actually like a demon or something, but he doesn't realize it. And then like other demons are coming after him because he's a half breed. He's basically a demon and a human.
Oh yeah.
And it's so fucking crazy because like he has these army of roaches, and like he's been attacked, and like he throws a fucking taco at one of the bad guys, and the roaches come out of every fucking where and just devour this fucking guy. It's so fucking funny. Like I just gotta watch it. It's pretty funny. It's pretty dark, but it also kind of doesn't make any kind of fucking sense. It's fucking great.
All right.
Netflix are fucking killing it, man. They got some good shit, and I think that's what the cool thing about like staying at home. You get to catch up with quite a bit more. But I will say this: the cabin fever is fucking setting in. I got like that itch to go outside and like go to restaurants and shit. But anyway,
Oh, yeah, you can order in, I guess. I've been cooking a lot of food.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that shit.
Yeah. All right.
yeah. Old Ninja, take us out.
I think we hit everything, right?
Yeah, Old Ninja, take us
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You just experienced Black in the Black times Infinity.
Infinity.
Man, you late. The dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out with @BThanBTI. BThanBTI all over the internet. You can check us out. You can check us out on YouTube. Black in the Black times Infinity. Every Wednesday night.
Stop it, goddammit.
You check. Yeah. What, am I lagging?
No, it's
No.
Yeah, you are.
fucking Drunk Blue's fucking with you.
I am. He
Drunk Blue, stop it.
Stop, Blue. You check us out on Facebook, Black and Black Times Infinity.
He's saying stuff right now.
Spotify,
There we go.
on Amazon. We have an app on there. And then check out our official website, binheadproductions.com/BTBTI. Oh, wait, we're on Twitch too. Forgot about that.
Don't feed your husband to the tigers, Carol Baskin. What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, he's in a septic tank. What do you mean?
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. We thank you. Later.
Dude.